Hello there. So today we're going to be solving the maths equation. How much would be needed to travel from Poo Poo Point to PP Creek? Now, this is typically in your standard calculator essays that you'll find in your finals. So this is a very important skill to learn if you're planning on taking maths as a major or just in education. So this is a really interesting piece of question, yeah, and it's typically found in your calculate paper, luckily, because there's a lot of calculating we need to do. Luckily, I've got all the notes beforehand, so it's going to be really easy to go through. Now, what we need to start with is what is defined as like the measurement we're going to be doing in, because obviously using just milliliters would not be very helpful, as petrol and have different caloric values. So what we actually need to base it off is caloric value. Now, the average comes up. I'm call them brushes. So the average nut shot is 15 calories. Now, before you ask how I know this, and I don't, but Google man told me so. So it's 15 calories. It's 15 calories. So, and then what we also need to know is the amount of calories in the average gallon of petrol, because gallons typically was used for petrol. So 1 gallon, if I could spell, petrol or gas if you come from Freedom Land, is 31,000 calories. So we now have 15 and 31,000. Now, in the paper, or at least the example question I've been handed, the car we're using is the Peugeot 208. Now, the fuel economy for a Peugeot 208 is 75 miles per gallon average. So you want to use 75 mpg, if I could spell, average. So we're going to need these three values to start off with. Now, what we're going to start by doing is finding out how much you need for 1 mile. Now, this is actually surprisingly simple. So the calories for 1 mile of driving, we get the 31,000 calories and the 75,000 calories, and simply do 31,000 divided by 5. Now this means you get a total of 413 point occurring for 1 mile. Now we know how much you need for 1 mile driving. We're now going to figure out how many cum shots that is, or specifically how many cum shots. So you want to get this 413.3 occurring and divide that by 15. Now we're now going to get 27.5533 occurring. That is how much cum shots it takes to drive 1 mile. Now, we're going to quickly wipe off our board here. Probably better if actually good whiteboard. This is Microsoft Paint. But we want to keep this information quite important. So, yeah, just knock it down. And alright, anyway, that's good enough. So now we have this brushes. Nope. Alright, there we go. So now we have 27.5533 current cum shots for 1 mile. Now, since this is from Poo Poo Point to PP Creek, we now have to do distance, which is provided in the paper, or example question, which is 2,443. 6 miles. Now, we want to times these numbers together. Cum shots by the miles. So figure out how many miles, or more specifically, how many cum shots. So, 2,433.6 times 27.55 going. Which, if I could type that 4 correctly, write that 4 correctly, we get a total of 67,329.28. That's the amount of cum shots it takes to get from Poo Poo Point to Pee Pee Creek. 67,329.2438. Now we get this and divide it by the volume of the average cum shot, that being 3.5 milliliters. So 3.5 times 67,329.48. Now this equals a total of 235,652.34. Now obviously handing that in alone is not appropriate because typically it's measured in liters. It's a lot easier and it's a lot more clean. So we want to divide that by 1,000. Now that's simple because you know the conversion rates from milliliters to liters by now. So we're going to quickly divide that by 1,000. Put it back. And we'll get a grand total of 235.624 liters. Now, yeah, again, this is not going to be good enough because your teacher will probably mark you down for not rounding up to 2 decimal places. Typically, safety boundaries, but you'll probably want to check with your teacher for this because, yeah, again, it's not very good to just not follow the rules of what they want the picky. Alright, you need to make sure you definitely. So we're going to round it by 2 decimal places, and to do that, you can just keep the 6. That's fine, under 2 because both of them are under 5. 2 and 3 are both under 5. So we can now make it 235.62 liters. That is how much cum it takes to go from Poo Poo Point Creek. Now, that is a 2 mark. Thank you for watching, and if you have any more questions for any of your exams that you need, be sure to post them in Google Classroom because I'm completely willing to finish these up for you and just help you get a star. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.